Welcome to Shantalakshmi IAS. In this video, we will be learning the daily MCQs of that date's current affairs. This will be very helpful to boost your prelims score. First question, consider the following statements regarding the Asia-Europe Meeting Summit, ASEM. He has given two statements and asking the correct statements. Be careful while reading the question, whether he is asking the correct statements or wrong. Okay, you should keep an eye on this. And as we already discussed that whenever any international organizations or any summits meetings appears in the news, then make a note of that. Okay, this is taken from the PIB Asia Europe meeting. It is an intergovernmental process to foster dialogue and cooperation between the Asia and Europe, between the countries of these two continents. Okay, and this is established in the year 1996. A question can be expected from this ASEM report summit because it has completed its 25 years, and the theme for the current summit is strengthening multilateralism for shared growth. This is the theme. UPSC has asked many a times the theme of a particular meeting or particular conference. Okay, so you should remember the theme also. And the ASEM addresses the political, economical, and all these issues which are in the common interest of that members. And if you go to the question, the theme for the 30th ASEM summit is strengthening multilateralism for shared growth. This statement is true. India is a member of the ASEM. This is also true. Many a times asked, he has given 2 or 3 international organizations or any summits and asked whether India is the member of that summit or organization or not. So you should be careful and write all the organizations or meetings that India is a member in that. Okay, this will be very helpful to boost your prelims marks, as these two statements are correct and the answer is B, both 1 and 2. Next question. Which of the following statements are not true regarding the Shanghai Cooperation Organization? He has given 3 statements and asking the wrong statements. Okay, this is taken from the today's newspaper. As we already discussed that any international organizations or summits, make a note of that purpose of that organization or purpose of that summit, its objectives and its members. If the members are less and if it has any significance with respect to India, then remember the members of that particular organization. Okay, this will be very helpful to you. And the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it is a permanent intergovernmental international organization. This creation of SCO was announced in the year 2001, 15 June. And India and Pakistan both have become members in the 2017 of the SCO. And the objectives are strengthen the mutual trust, neighborliness, okay, and promote their effective cooperation in the politics, trade, economy, in all these sectors. They should promote the effective cooperation. This is also an objective of SCO. Okay, all these are the objectives of the SCO. And the members, there are member states, observer states, dialogue partners, and guest attendants. Already a few times the questions were asked with regard to the members of a particular organization, and Shanghai Cooperation Organization is also asked. So please remember these members. Okay, and what is the significance of the SCO with respect to India? Because SCO is a connection between the Central Asia and India. Through this organization, India can connect with the Central Asia. Okay, and there is something out of the box with respect to SCO. Okay, the regional anti-terrorist structure is a part of the SCO. It means that the regional anti-terrorist structure, RATS will operate in accordance with the SCO charter. Okay, this you should remember. And this RATS is to combat against terrorism, separatism, extremism. Okay, make a note of these points. And if you come to the question, Nepal and Mongolia are the member states of the SCO. No, this statement is wrong. Promotion of cooperation in education is not its objective. This is also wrong, as they also agreed to cooperate with the education. Okay. And the RATS, Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, operates in accordance with the SCO Charter. This statement is true. Okay, but he asked the wrong statements, as 192 are wrong, and the answer is A. Okay, the answer is A. And okay, next question. Third question, consider the following statements regarding the Constitution of India. He has given the three statements and asking which of the following are correct statements. Be careful while reading the question. This is taken from the PIB, and today is the Constitution Day of the India. Okay, remember this. November 26 is the Constitution. Okay, remember this. November 26 is the Constitution Day of India, and every year or most of the times a question was asked from the preamble of the Constitution of India. So let's know about preamble. The characterization of India as sovereign democratic republic has been changed to this. It means that the socialist, secular, these two terms are ordered in the preamble through 42nd Amendment. Through 42nd Amendment, it is a significant amendment in the Indian Constitution. Remember this, 42nd Amendment. And the preamble of the Constitution will now be considered as a part of the Constitution. This is true. Preamble is also a part of the Constitution. The concept of liberty, equality, and fraternity in our preamble was adopted from the French motto of the French Revolution. India is also called as the bag of the borrowings. So, through that concept, the liberty, equality, and fraternity is borrowed from the French Revolution. Remember these terms, and also make a note that from what are the qualities of the Constitution that are borrowed from different countries. Okay, make a note of this. And if you go to the question, the characterization of India as sovereign democratic republic has been changed to sovereign socialist secular democratic republic through 42nd Amendment. This statement is true. The preamble of the Constitution is considered as part of the Constitution. This is also true. The liberty concept is taken from the French Revolution. This is also true. All the statements are correct, and he is also asking the correct statements. The answer is A. Okay. And make a note of the important amendments of the Constitution, and remember or memorize what are the major changes that are made through that constitutions. Okay. Fourth question, consider the following statements regarding the green energy. Three statements were given and asking the correct statements. Which statements are true? Okay. This is taken from the PIB, and recently India has committed for the climate change in the COP26 meeting. Okay, Conference of Party 26 meeting. India has given five commitments, and in this context, the terms like green energy, net zero, clean energy mission, all this will make significance, and a question can be expected from these five commitments, and the terms you should be very clear with that terms. Okay, and the green energy is something that comes from natural resources, and the green energy doesn't release any kind of pollutant into the air. Remember this, it doesn't release any kind of pollutants into the air. Okay, green energy, all the green energies are renewable energies. For example, the solar energy, wind energy, all these are green energies, and these are all renewable. And the examples of green energy are wind power, solar energy, geothermal energy, and biofuel. Okay, these all are the examples of green energy. And if you go to the question, green energy is the energy that comes from the natural resources. This statement is true. All green energies are renewable. This is also true. Geothermal energy is not a green energy. This statement is false, and he is asking the correct statements. The 1 and 2 are true, and the answer is C. Okay. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding the total fertility rate. It refers to the total number of It refers to the total number of children born or likely to be born to a woman in her lifetime. And the recent NFHS survey shows that the fertility rate has decreased to 2. He is asking the correct statements, okay? Total fertility rate. This is taken from the today's newspaper. And recently, the NFHS survey is being released. And this has introduced major changes in India. It says that the sex ratio has increased in India, and also the total fertility rate has decreased in India. Total fertility rate, it means the total number of children born or likely to be born to a woman in her lifetime. It means, in simple terms, the average number of children a woman gives birth in her lifetime. Okay? And the total fertility rate, TFR, is decreased to 2. Okay? This is a notable point. Please remember this. UPSC has many times asked this kind of factual based question. And there is no need to remember every facts from all the reports. You should remember only the facts or the points which had make a major significance in the recent times. That only you should remember. No need to remember each and every point in every report. Okay. And when the TFR is about 2.0, and it is called the replacement level fertility. It means the current population or the current generation will be replaced at the 2.1 TFR. And if the TFR is less than 2.1, then this generation cannot be replaced. It means there is a decrease in the population, and this is a major significance in the India. Okay, remember this. And if you go to the question, it refers to the total number of children born or likely to be born to a woman in her lifetime. This statement is true. The recent NFHS survey shows that the total fertility rate has decreased to 2. This is also true. The two statements are correct, and he is also asking the correct statements. The answer is B. Okay, and that's for today. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.